My name is Caleb Andrew Nichols, and I am the Auditorium Media Supervisor here at Rogers State University.
Well, when I came to RSU, just meeting people around the area, especially Andrew, he is down to help with any student.
Andrew was one of the first people I met, and I was really nervous. I didn't know any of the professors, but he made me feel very welcome.
Whenever I first started at RSU, I was pretty fresh with video, and Andrew's helped me out quite a bit, especially with lighting and especially with how to frame things and how to make sure I get the shot that I'm really envisioning in my head.
I attended RSU starting in 2004, just after I graduated from Bartlesville High School. I was a student here off and on between 2004 and 2012 when I eventually graduated from this university with a bachelor's degree in communications. I grew up in the city, but we had a ranch outside of town, and I spent a good amount of my time out there. And I would often help my dad and my grandpa feed cows, get hay to them. Whenever we had to work them, we had to work them. It's not always the best job, but you either do it or you don't. You know, it's part of raising cows.
We got to go out to his ranch and see all the scenery out there and everything. A lot of cats, by the way.
But then he said he was born on a ranch, and I'm like, well, hell yeah, let's go to this ranch. Let's go out to this ranch. So we went to his ranch. Hella bugs, hella cats. I'm allergic to cats. I got sick off that, so that was fun.
The ranch is in north of Bartlesville, and it's in the middle of nowhere. I thought he was taking us to a cult.
Oh, that one's lit. Okay.
We did get an interview with his dad, but I don't know what happened to it.
Skylar's jack lost the footage, so no, I'm kidding. I'm totally kidding.
Cool. I'm gonna get a bottle of water so I can. What you gotta do? Oh, buddy.
One thing I just like to do, sometimes I just go for a walk. The other thing I like to do is I hop on my four-wheeler and I just go for a ride. And I just like to, I have a little spot that's kind of tucked away, that's kind of mine. I don't really have a name for it, but there's a little pool of water. It's a little waterfall right over here. And just beyond the creek bed, the way through that trail is a hollowed out tree. It's a tree that's just made of nothing but bark, and there's nothing on the inside of it, and it's still there. This must have happened 100,000 years ago.
We got to go out, see his secret spot, and where he almost got swept away by a creek.
I'll tell you a story I had one time. I nearly got caught in a flash flood while I was down here. That's not a joke. And I nearly got swept away in that flood.
Oh no. That didn't sound good.
Don't worry about it. Don't worry about it.
He's like, if we blow up, we're all good.
So after we left the ranch, he took us to a place called Murphy's. The food was great. Yeah, that was it.
I got my first camera right after I graduated high school. Actually, I got it on the day that I graduated high school. And it was an Olympus. It was just an Olympus compact little camera, but I had so much fun with it, and I took pictures with it. And when you don't have any focus control or zoom control, you are very, very limited by what you have. I remember I went down to Dallas, Texas that summer. Like, it was very cloudy, and I just remember looking up and pointing the camera up and taking a picture of the cloud. And there were these giant rays behind the cloud, and it was blue, and it was just really pretty. And I'm like, wow, you know, I captured that. Like, I can call that mine. That's cool. But the first time I ever saw a picture that really just moved me, I was about 8 years old, and it was a National Geographic. They did a story about the fires in Iraq whenever the Iraqi army lit the oil wells on fire. The first thing that you see on the cover is these two guys in hazmat suits overlooking like a pool of oil that's on fire. And there's a pool of sandy oil, and in it was an arm sticking up. When I turned 21, Christmas of 2007, I received my very first DSLR camera. And that was when I really started to like explore what I could do. For the first time in my photographic career, I had complete control over this little tool. And I'm like, what could I tell with this? One of my proudest journalistic moments was when last year, when 2020 was going on. I just wanted to just document it as much as I could about how everything just stopped. Okay, so how everything just stopped in terms of like, you know, where life currently is at this moment. The one thing I will say was it was my proudest moment last year was when the protests were taking place after the killing of George Floyd. A sea of people. I have absolutely no idea how many people were here. I just know that when I'm looking out, I'm seeing about maybe 3,000-4,000 people. That's telling a story. And everybody's here under the same cause. And it's like, yeah, I feel like this is something that's historical. My first gallery was in, oddly enough, January of 2020. And it took place, it was called Out in This Country, Out in the City. You definitely cannot have too many cityscapes or landscapes in your collection. I have won numerous awards at state fairs. I won a spot in Photographers Forum. I won the Bartlesville cover contest, where I posted a picture of the Price Tower, and it was voted not just as the winner of the cover, but also People's Choice, which really surprises me.
We went to a photo gallery in Jinx, and the way he had all these photos set up, and they were for sale. And
Andrew's a good photographer, and he has a lot of photo galleries, so we went to one at Cape Brewery in Jinx.
I appreciate everybody who came out. Thank y'all so much. This means so much to me. I hope you all have a good time.
I credit Andrew for a lot of my knowledge on photography. So I actually credit Andrew with teaching me everything I know about lighting. I know that before I knew Andrew, my lighting technique was awful. Like, I didn't know anything about three-point lighting or anything about like how to shape it. but I had the opportunity working with Andrew that he showed me firsthand like how to shape light.
He's an incredible photographer. He's got great eye. He's also in a couple of weeks going to be switching some stuff out and refreshing what we have. So if this isn't what you like, come back and buy more. I'm just going to end it right there. But thank y'all so much for coming out. I appreciate it so much. Thank you very much.
Everybody's learning. They are. Everybody's learning. Everybody in this room is learning. I'm learning too. One thing that I adopted a long time ago is that when it comes to being around students, for some reason, whenever I'm around students, I feel a little bit better because it's a social aspect. It's the opportunity to get to help someone else. It really is. It's the opportunity to get to help someone else learn for the first time for potentially what they want to do. That to me is exciting.
I think that's his best trait, is he will help you until you need no more help.
Andrew's been a mentor for sure. It seems like I'm talking to him every day about something, about, hey, how would you frame this? How would you light this? What's going on with my audio? Just things like that.
He's personable. That's one of the things about him. He's always there to help a student out, and he has so many different aspects that he knows. Photography is his specialty for sure, but he's done short films. He does videography. He does a whole bunch of other stuff to help audio, lighting. Lighting's one of his main things that I've heard he's helped a lot of students with.
When it comes to learning something, if neither of us know it, my philosophy is this: if neither of us know, let's find out together, so that way two people know. So at the end of the day, either one of us is taken away from this and being like, oh, okay, well, we learned that, stick a fork in a electrical outlet, you're going to get shocked. Don't ever do that. I'm not saying that I've done that this week, but anyway, it's very exciting helping students learn this stuff. I get along very well with it, and when you meet people that have the same interests as you, it's like you can connect really easily. I talk with people almost every day, and quite honestly, if I had to say something like that, if I had to say anything at all, is that people in this world, to me, are interesting. They are. Because they come from all walks of life. They come from everywhere. But when they come here, they're doing one thing: to learn.
I think Andrew's great. He's a super nice guy. He doesn't ever mind whenever you have a question to ask him. He's always there to help you understand it, help you through it. And he brings us his baked goods sometimes, which is great.
He's awesome. He's the most cheery person in the office. And I don't know, he's just a ball of sunshine.
I come here also to learn, even though I graduated from here. We all have this anxiety. Every single one of us. I myself have anxiety. It sucks, okay? I'm not gonna lie to you. It's a pain in the ass, all right? School, pain in the ass. Taking tests, pain in the ass, all right? And most of y'all are getting ready for your life beyond these walls. If there's anything I can say right now, is that if this can make it just a little bit easier and to help you out along the way, that's kind of my mission. Whatever anxieties you have now, 20 years from now, are those anxieties even going to matter? They're not. The enthusiasm I see in the students here is amazing, and I'd like to help that out. Everybody's got troubles of their own. Just be kind. We don't need enough of this hate shit in this world. Let's just try to be good to one another. And that's kind of what I like to do. I don't like to judge. It's not my position to. I don't like to be hateful. It's not my position to. And don't just be good to one another and be good to yourself, because that's been a struggle of my own. And the one thing I would like to do is just show that a new day will rise, and You know, there's always time to fix things, including you and me. Is this the part where I start crying?
Yes.
Okay.
Go Guy Fieri. Sexy man too at that. Just Andrew gets me going, man. He gets me riled up.